box, a blanket. If you don't have yoga props, you can also use pillows and blankets from your bed or your couch. And our first shape is going to be a supported shape with a pillow, bolster, or blocks underneath your back so that your heart is lifted and there is some release of your arms and a gentle introduction of a lumbar curve in your back. So place your blocks or bolster on your yoga mat and keep your hips on the ground and lay over your bolster, or you can lay over your blocks, a block behind your head and a block behind your heart. When you get settled, you can open your arms out to the sides and relax your legs in any position, whether your legs are long on the mat, whether you have constructive rest legs. And as you bask here, there should be a lift of your chest and your belly. And then your hips drop down to the ground, creating a lumbar curve that is supported, an inward lumbar curve that's supported. And this supported lumbar curve can help you come back to your natural lumbar alignment. If you've been sitting, whether it's at a desk or driving, or maybe you're doing a yoga training and you're sitting on the ground all day, then it's helpful to reopen the low belly and the chest and encourage the spine to reclaim its S-curves. And once you're here, there's nothing for you to do. Notice if you'd be more relaxed with your eyes closed or open. And bring your mind to focus on your breath. And while focusing does take some effort, allow this to be unstrained, for there to be a friendly quality as you gently remind yourself to return to the feeling of breathing. Relax 5% more. is a gentle signal that you're going to change shapes. You can remain fairly slow and soft in our yin transitions. Slowly turn to your side. You can drop off of the props and rest in the fetal position for a few breaths. And then press your hand into the ground and bring your body up. The next shape we're doing is called deer pose, and we'll explore a few different angles, and we'll use the bolster again. If you didn't have a bolster but you do have blocks, you could put the blocks out and put a blanket on top of them. And then arrange your legs so that your hip is next to your bolster, your right hip, and your legs are in this zigzag pattern. So you'll have your right leg in front of you to begin and your left leg behind you. Something to be just noticing for your body is this back knee, left knee, could be sensitive on the inner knee side. So you may want to make sure you've got plenty of padding, and you can always add a blanket spread to get more cushion. Now with your right hip against the bolster, walk your hands on either side of the bolster. And stay upright for a few breaths to notice the twist that's happening in your spine and in your belly. And now descend down to the bolster. If it's not high enough for you, you can add more props. And start with your head turned to the left. You can take your hands and arms wherever they would feel the most relaxed. Feel your body breathing into the bolster. And your hips are woven into your low back. And this shape does a beautiful job of releasing tension in the spine through a supported twist. And you may feel the tissue on your side waists and outer hips getting tugged and stretched and pulled in these variations of deer pose. Having been here for a minute or so, if you'd like to deepen the twist, you can turn your head to the right. And if you try that and it just feels a little too intense, then it's fine to unravel your head back to the left. Staying for a while in these shapes allows for blood and chi flow to go into the deep tissues of the body, filtering out of the muscles and into the joint sites, into your internal organs. Take 2 more breaths where you are. And with an inhale, start to draw your chest up. And we'll take a different variation of deer pose. You can let your spine unravel from the twist, but keep your legs as they are. And bring your bolster or props in front of your right shin. And then ease forwards on top of your shin and the props. You can stack your hands or add props here. And as you settle in this direction, you might have some new sensations to breathe into. Notice if you're contracted or holding back in some way, and even if it's just a little bit, relax down into the ground. Take one more full breath here. And start to bring your head and chest up. And we'll move carefully here. You can lean into your right palm to bring your left leg around to the front and change sides. Swing your right leg back behind you. Pull the bolster or props over to the left next to your left hip So now you have this zigzag of your legs with your left leg in front, your right leg in back. Little adjustments of pulling your ankles closer or farther away can help you find the right spot. Spin to the left, plant your hands on either side of the bolster, and stay upright in your twist for a couple of breaths. Now ease down to your props. And experiment with how your hands and arms would be relaxed here. Allow for micro releases. If you'd like to deepen the twist, you can turn your head to the left. Notice all of the places where your body is touching the ground. And as you notice, feel into those connection points. Take 2 more unrushed breaths here. Perhaps feeling your body drop even more on your exhales. With a couple of deeper inhales, you'll start to come up from the ground. Walk your palms back and allow your trunk to recenter and unwind. Keep your feet and your legs where they are and bring the bolster in front of your left shin. And start to walk forwards, drop your head, and we'll spend a few minutes in this direction. And the beauty of deer pose is that it works with your 3-dimensional hips in a variety of ways. What's happening on the front hip is a different quality of stretch than on your back hip. Notice if you have any referred tension in your jaw or your ears. And soften where you can. Notice if your body has invited you into a little bit more depth. We'll spend a few more breaths here. Final breath. And press your hands down to bring your chest up. And lean into your left palm and bring your right leg around. And we'll move to a mini Shavasana. Lay down on your back. And as you get into Shavasana, noticing the sensations that arise from unfolding from deer pose. Perhaps noticing some tone around your preference for certain sensations. And give your breath to this moment, each moment unfolding. Move into a side bending shape called banana. Stretch your arms over your head and walk your legs to the left. Your feet might go off the mat a bit. And cross your right ankle over your left. And then give your shoulders a little nudge to the left. You'll keep both shoulders and both hips on the ground. And wrap your left hand around your right arm or wrist. You can relax your head into the frame of your arms. And With each exhale, allow more surface area on your back to settle down towards the ground. Perhaps you can sense that where you feel the most sensation is shifting over time. That certain areas of tighter fabric will loosen up, and then the sensation locus might go somewhere else. One more breath here. And walk your legs back to midline. Give your arms and shoulders a shift to midline and melt your arms down by your sides. Mini Shavasana. Feel the difference between the right and left half of your body. And now set up for the other side. Sweep your arms over your head. Walk your legs to the right. Give your shoulders and arms a swing to the right. Stack your left ankle over your right and wrap your right hand around your left arm. And then relax your head. And feel the outer edge, the left side of your body opening up. It might be possible for you to surrender 5%. Slackening your jaw. Softening your eyes. these last few breaths, being able to feel the arc of your experience, what it was like to first walk your body into this banana shape and how it is now. And unbanana yourself. Walk your legs back to center, head and shoulders, arms shift. Arms by your sides, or if you prefer, hands folded onto your body. A couple deep breaths here. Now turn over to your left side. Take a few moments to rest in the fetal position. And find your way up to a seat. We'll set up for a shape called square pose. This is a deep hip opener. Start by crossing your right shin in front of your left, and you're going to pull your feet so that they go underneath your knees. And when you look at your legs, you see more of a square rather than a trapezoid. Some people end up with their knees wide and their heels together, but instead we're deepening the cross of the legs and pulling the ankles forwards. Now this shape is awesome practiced here with cross-legged and forward bending from there. Some people who crave more intensity and may just naturally have more open hips can do the stacking of the shins. So you flex your feet and ankles, and as long as the knees feel stable, no pain or strain, stack your right foot on top of your left knee. You can check in with sensation level. You'll probably feel it a lot in the hips. Hopefully you don't feel it at all in your knees. If you do, I'd like for you to carefully release and set your right shin in front of your left again. It's okay to have a gap when you've stacked your shins. You might want to pad with a block or a blanket. And because this stacked shins version tends to be rather intense, some people might choose to do all or part of the posture just sitting upright, more of a seated meditation spine than a forward bend spine. And then others might choose to fold forwards. And as always with yin, you can stack up and rotate your props to meet yourself where you're at as you come forwards. So from here, we'll be exploring the shape for around 3 minutes. And you can slowly approach depth. If you find that you went in a little too far, too fast, then you'll want to be compassionate and back your body out of the shape. And as sensation becomes strong, notice if there are patterns of tension or holding that you develop. And to the degree that it's possible, relax your belly and find a relaxed breath. emotional tones arise as you get into your hips. Any part of the body can house and release emotion. But for now, just noticing if there's any shades that are arising for you now, and giving them your breath, not trying to change them or add any suffering on top of whatever you may be feeling. Let's just try to stay with the raw quality. We're in our last 3 breaths. And taking it slow. Walk your hands back, lift your head, your chest. Ooh, maybe an open mouth exhale. And then being very caring with your legs, you can unstack the shins or unfold your knees, slide your feet out so your legs are at a small V angle, and then brush your hands from your thighs downwards towards your toes. You can squeeze your feet. And you can rub your hands up and down your legs. And now we'll fold legs for the other side. So cross legs, left shin in front, a pretty deep cross up your shins, ankles forwards, more of a square shape in your legs. Option to flex your feet, stabilize your knees, make sure there's no tweakiness or pain or strain as you stack your shins. Maybe you add some props between your legs and in front of you, and remember that you can stay upright for all or part of the time. And we're embarking on about 3 minutes to marinate here and to allow for time for the cells of the body, the tissues of the body to respond to this shape. The intelligence of your body will learn from being here and will continue to format and reorganize the body in such a way that this is accessible in the future. Noticing where you might be tense, holding back, softening a little bit more in those places.
last few breaths, perhaps there's another layer of surrender that's possible. And start to come up. Inhale, rise. Big exhale. Carefully unfolding your legs. Slide your feet out. And in an easy, casual way, just fold down along your legs. Maybe rub your hands up and down a few times, or you could rub your hands around your outer hips. In this time where the blood flow and chi flow is in and around your hip sockets. And now you'll ease your way onto your back for Shavasana. And when you lay down, you can use a blanket to stay warm or grounded. Laying down, there might be more sensation happening, and continue a few deep breaths to encourage your body's intelligence and how it can find to indulge in a Shavasana that is perfect for you today. So we'll close our time together here laying down. And I'll offer a blessing for you. May this practice be of benefit to you, and by way of you, of benefit especially to others.